Hello, I'm Harish PM. I'm a faculty member here in mechanical engineering. So my story with IIT Gandhinagar starts with me looking for a job, obviously. So when I was coming back to India, I had spent 4 years at Syracuse University as a faculty member, which is a respected top 100 university in the US. And when I was looking for a job back in India, I was looking at IIT Bombay, IIC Bangalore, and many of the well-known institutions at that time. IIT Gandhinagar was not in my radar. I had spent some time in IIT Bombay. I was from Bombay, so I had a soft corner for Bombay, obviously. But when I visited IIT Gandhinagar, my perspective totally changed. I saw a very unique opportunity here. I saw a vibrancy in the institute. I saw an energy in the institute, and I felt, there's something unique going on here. There's an opportunity here to contribute in ways that I would perhaps not get in other institutions. And I also saw that IIT Gandhinagar was the kind of institute which was looking to do the right things, not necessarily focused on milestones, not necessarily focused on numbers, and that I found very attractive. So I remember going back from that visit and feeling that IIT Gandhinagar is now my top choice. And In fact, I remember feeling anxious whether I would even get selected here because I felt the process here was much more rigorous. I had a 3 hour meeting with the director at the end of the day. Of course, at that time we were much smaller. The director perhaps had more time there, but it told me something about the institute, about how rigorously they were looking at faculty candidates. So I felt uh, energized and invigorated to join a place like IIT Gandhinagar. And I think it must have been a week, 10 days. Within a very short period of time, I got an offer and I joined almost right away. So it was very quick. And then as soon as I got here, everything that I felt just got reinforced. I felt very much that the institute is like a small, closely knit team focused on shared vision, shared goals. So that really got me going. So we participated in so many things related to the institute, whether it be setting up a new curriculum for the PhD program, talking about various other initiatives that the institute would undertake, talking about admissions, talking about faculty promotions criteria, admissions for PhD students, so many things. I think all of those added to my own perspective, my own approach to even teaching and research. I think all of those discussions that I was part of informed my teaching, research, and everything else that I was doing. So I felt, on the whole, after coming here, the institute helped me realize that it's much more of a continuum of research, teaching, institute building, and professional service. And I mean, if I think back on my research, the 4 years that I spent at Syracuse University versus the time that I spent here, I diversified in my research much more over here. I feel it's much more richer portfolio that that some of the PhD students and I are now engaged in. And if I, for instance, draw up a list of all the different people who have touched our research program in one way or the other, it would be a very long list. So, for instance, I work in one of the areas that I work in relates to biomechanical aspects of Parkinson's disease. And I remember, so my PhD student is actually a student who has a biomedical engineering background. Another PhD student has an electrical engineering background. And then this student, I remember he took a neuroscience course in biology, and that helped our research. And then we would be sitting in a presentation where somebody like Professor Uttama Lahiri would be talking about her clinical studies, and we would say, oh, maybe we should connect with the civil hospital and then check whether we could do clinical studies. And then there's a long list like that. I mean, design and innovation course, somebody would work on a Parkinson's spoon, which later ended up winning the Gandhian Award. And But that many things that I saw in that presentation again got me thinking maybe I should try something like this, something like that. So being in an institute where it's, there aren't very strict boundaries between disciplines, you get to meet so many people, whether it be visiting faculty, whether it be all the interesting talks that are going on in the institute, all the different research programs that are going on in the institute, the connectedness. I think all of those help the academic pursuits. So I feel at the end of the day very happy being part of an institute like this where there are so many good things going for the institute, whether it be the campus, the location, the richness of the academic pursuits, the kind of people we have. I think uh, that's a major part of being in a good environment, the people we have. So at the end of the day, I feel very happy being part of an institute like this, and I feel not only um, happy to participate in all the things that are going on here. I feel I am better off having participated in all the things that are going on here. So very happy how